an old man spotted a beautiful woman in an alley. After watching closely for a while, it seemed like she was having trouble breathing from long-term oppression. Just as the old man was about to help her, a group of thugs suddenly appeared. It turned out it was all a trap. They used the woman to set a snare, just to take all the old man's money. To avoid being caught, they also brutally killed the old man. But at that moment, the thugs had no idea that a patrol officer named Kihei had already taken notice of them. Kihei had heard that a man named Hattori had been harassing local merchants, so he disguised himself and came to investigate, while also paying respects to his late master. To his surprise, he ran into his senior brother, whom he hadn't seen in 20 years. Childhood memories came flooding back. Back then, they had studied together at this dojo, and both had fallen for the same beautiful junior sister. But neither of the brothers dared to confess first. If they failed, they would lose their chance forever. So they made a promise: neither would pursue their junior sister. They would wait for her to choose one of them on her own. Back then, both brothers were honest men and kept their promise. But in the end, they could only watch as their junior sister married someone else. To this day, the senior brother, nearly 40, was still single. That night, Kihei planned to gather some evidence, but ran into an old acquaintance. This guy was a local veteran who knew the area's various factions well. He told Kihei that the Hattori family were a bunch of thugs and scoundrels. Not only did they run gambling dens and make a fortune, they also frequently extorted protection money. Merchants who didn't pay would be dragged out one by one and beaten up. Hattori's wife was also a tough woman. Her real name seemed to be Afang. Kihei was shocked, because that was the name of his junior sister. At that moment, Kihei still thought it was just a coincidence. But soon, during the arrest of Hattori, he saw his long-lost junior sister. When the senior brother heard the news, he rushed over. He couldn't believe his junior sister had become such a woman. On the day of the interrogation, neither brother showed up. They stayed in their rooms and quietly learned everything. It turned out the rich merchant they were planning to rob tonight was the very family their junior sister had married into. After she got married, she lived a wealthy life. Although her in-laws didn't like her, her husband doted on her. She thought this life would last, but after she became pregnant, her husband died unexpectedly. Soon after, she had a miscarriage for no apparent reason. Then her brother-in-law took over as the rightful heir in place of her husband. Her life changed completely. She was forced to do all the housework and was constantly harassed by her brother-in-law. Before long, her family branded her a jinx. Her brother-in-law gave her just enough for travel expenses and kicked her out. Only then did she finally learn that her husband's death and her own miscarriage had all been orchestrated by her brother-in-law to seize the family inheritance.